Hey guys, welcome to Feature Junkie. My name is Ed, and thank you guys for joining me today. If this is your first time here, well, welcome. This is Feature Junkie, where we talk all things movies, TV shows, streaming, all that great stuff. And last night, I had the chance to check out the new movie Fall, directed by Scott Main, starring Grace Fulton, Virginia Gardner, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, and Mason Gooding. I have a few things to say about this movie, but before I do, if you could leave a like on this video and subscribe, I'd greatly appreciate it. Now let's get into the plot, courtesy of IMDb. For best friends Becky and Hunter, life is all about conquering fears and pushing limits. However, after they climb 2,000 feet to the top of a remote, abandoned radio tower, they find themselves stranded with no way down. Now their expert climbing skills are put to the ultimate test as they desperately fight to survive the elements and a lack of supplies and vertigo-inducing heights. So for me, I didn't know too much about this movie. We went to see Bullet Train this weekend, which you can check out that review right here. And we saw the trailer for Fall. It looked pretty interesting, so my wife and I decided to go yesterday and see it. And honestly, I wasn't the biggest fan of it. Like, for instance, the movie was definitely heart-pounding, but not in the sense of like a Top Gun Maverick was, where in Top Gun Maverick, there's like an adrenaline rush type of heart beating. Where in this movie, it was more like anxiety, I would say, just because of the height that they were. If I were to compare this movie to another one, I would say it would probably be 47 Meters Down. There's a few similarities through the movie where the main characters in both of them hallucinate for a majority of it. However, in 47 Meters Down, they do a really good job of like making you feel like everything is actually happening, which in this Fall movie, you can clearly see the events taking place, and it's pretty predictable that she's hallucinating the entire time. I would say the biggest downfall to this movie, in which 47 Meters does great, is that they use the elements around them to make the story feel more intense and more life and death. In Fall, they kind of pigeonholed themselves to making them climb that radio tower because there's really not much to do up there. And it just felt like they missed so many opportunities to make this film more high stakes. One specific example is that this movie is primarily taking place in a desert, so it's super hot. There's a part in the movie where it's been a few days and now a storm is coming. So when the storm comes, you're actually like, okay, like something's about to happen. You can see the wind starting to pick up, the rain coming in, and then they just cut to the next morning and you miss that entire struggle. Like, show me the struggle of trying to stay up there and not trying to slip off, and then there's thunder and lightning all around, and you know, those elements I feel like really could have helped make this feel like a life or death situation. And I think they just missed those opportunities. And I don't mean to harp on this movie so much, but like the acting as well just didn't feel believable to me. Like, for example, they're 2,000 feet in the air and there's not much space for them to walk on. And you can see that the wind is blowing on them, but they're not even holding on to the poles or trying to make it seem like it's so hard to stay up there. And for the majority of the movie, it just felt like they were just waiting for somebody to come get them instead of actually taking initiative to try and get down there. In the third act, it started to pick up and you start seeing her taking a proactive attempt to get off from that radio tower. And I actually did enjoy the third act, but I don't think it makes up for the second and third, which is why I can't really give this movie a recommendation. I do enjoy the life lesson that this movie's trying to give, in which life is too short and you have to use every moment that you have to feel alive. And I definitely get that. It's one of the reasons that I started this channel, is because I wanted to voice my opinions with you guys. But I don't think they really executed it really well in this movie. So yeah, for those reasons, I really can't give this movie a recommend, but I want to hear from you guys of what you thought of this movie, and if have you seen it or are you anticipating on seeing it. Just let me know in the comments down below, and if you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe, and hit that notification icon bell down below so you know when I'm going live or dropping new content. And I want to thank you guys so much for joining me here today on Feature Junkie.